You see what I'm saying? So a lot of other people, they'll create the excuses. They'll create reasoning for why they're not supposed to make it in their lives because they don't have things like if you grew up in a household with one parent, a single parent. Where I'm from, that happens so common that you can't use that as an excuse.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't use minor things like that. Like, I mean, you lose a leg, so what? You get a chair and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. The rest of the world doesn't either.
You could just look at everything that's happened in your past and say, like, that brought you where you are now.
Absolutely.
And educated you to bring you to where you are now. So there's no real looking back and regretting anything.
No regrets at all.
No regrets?
You know what I think? I think the things you go through make you who you are and shape you as a person. So those experiences allowed me to become what I am now. And I look at, you know, when you say, where you headed, like, I have no idea. I'm going through a tunnel that doesn't end. My ambition is leading me so many different places that who knows where I'm going to end up. You know what I mean?
When you're when something like that's happening and you're in the process and someone's shooting at you and it's hitting you, what are you thinking?
You're scared.
You're
gonna
like,
die,
I'm gonna
maybe.
die?
Yeah, you're gonna die. Like it's a life-threatening situation. So I mean, and anybody, those things change you because either you become, when you're hurt as bad, somebody halfway kill you, it hurts. You get shot 9 times, you're hurt bad, your hip is fractured, you can't even sit in the chair straight. So from there, either your fear consumes you or you become a little insensitive.
Like someone who survives a plane crash.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, those type of things happen, and then you have to assess life and death. Even though we know it's our fate, all of us in this room, we know we're going to die at some point, because humans are habit forming, and we look forward to the future. We push that to the back of our minds and still concentrate on saving money for tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? But in all reality, we're going to go, all of us.
Fuck Tony Robbins. You should put out a fucking self-help.
Yeah, motivational speaker right
Listen up, motherfuckers.
Hey, as a businessman, how's the portfolio? Did you get hit?
Well,
like the rest of us?
Everybody.
Yeah,
I think everybody. I mean, I think if you had
Did you beat
enough,
up your broker?
well, no, but I made adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Move some motherfucking money around. I mean, if they tell you if they didn't take any losses, they didn't make enough money.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
Right?
adjustments are like Pesci did in Casino. I want that money back that I invested. Well, we can't do that. I'd like it back. I'm going to knock your fucking head off.
Do you worry about you trust everybody that's around you? You keep an eye on your finances and
Well,
shit
my
like that?
circle is getting a lot smaller.
Is it? Yeah.
Of just people that surrounds me anyway. Because
Did you notice there were people that were just kind of,
you know what it is you develop a comfort with people that you know. You feel like you know, but their intentions change.
Right.
Because people every day, they're not the same person. I had my son's mom, I know for 13 years. I woke up one day, she decided we was enemies. You know what I mean? It's like how many 53% of the people who get married get divorced.
Right.
And I'm sure that there's one side of that party that really don't listen. We don't have to get divorced, do we? You know what I'm saying? It's going to split up half of everything I've earned. At that point, I'm sure that there would be a compromise on some levels if they could just come to that, to that actual medium. But the other person is like, no, I'm going to go. Give me my half, and that's it.
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it creates a phobia. Financially, I think we condition ourselves without even being conscious of it. Like a little boy, we're going to give him a car. The car is actually on the street right now. So what does that car equate to? Finances. Because you got to get the money to get the car that he's actually playing with. If it's a Tyco truck, then it's saying work. Because it's saying construction. If it's Hess, it's saying gas. If it's a fire truck, it's saying be a fireman when you get older. And then a little girl, before she's grows into being a little girl, when she's still a baby, we give her a baby. We give her a house
to play with,
we give her a cooking set. So we're teaching her nurturing and actually groom the family at home. These are traditions that we already have. Like when the woman should take care of the home and the man should, be the breadwinner.
Wow.
In different ways, and we're not even, like, a lot of people are not even conscious of it, but we do those things.
We went to the premiere of Righteous Kill, and we saw. We were sitting actually in front of Erwin Winkler, so we saw you having a nice gentlemanly chat. And I'm like, I knew he was somebody. I didn't know who he was. I don't recognize him.
Yeah.
But you got up and we, just chit-chatting with him and his wife. And, Erwin Winkler doesn't look like the type of guy that hangs out with 50 Cent. It's just, you don't picture them two in a car together. You did scenes with Pacino and De Niro together. I mean, you're not nervous rapping. Are you terrified doing that? Because my acting is shit. Which is
it's a learning experience. Definitely when you're with someone that's that great. Their choices have been what we've been watching for like decades.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro don't get no better than that.
Why do you think hip hop artists translate so well into acting? Not all of them. I've seen some shit, but
Yeah,
I mean,
but
like
some of us develop a comfort that allows you to be in front of the camera. I'm in front of the camera so often. Look at we here right now. You taping me, it don't matter.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you just relax and be yourself in front of it in different ways. But I mean, acting is a whole nother thing. It's the study of human behavior. And you watch other people and kind of take things from them. It makes you more observant. Even when I watch a film, I see it differently now because I see the shot. I see how they shot the scene instead of just watching the film. Before, it would just be sit and look.
Right. Just watching as a spectator.
Because I know that it took 45 minutes for them to go ahead and change the lights, and they went and said the lines again from a different angle. It was like, so it changes the whole process.
Do you get tired of all the emphasis put on, because I'm sure you and I flew together one time. I'm sure. I know you remember. Of course he does. We took a flight together to Cancun. We sat next to each other. And we just chit-chatted about the FCC, and then I got, I just shame-spiraled and ran out of things to say. Sounded like a fucking idiot. You were being very engaging.
Sort of like now?
No, but I mean, I was actually surprised he was so, soft-spoken, nice dude.
Do you remember him?
I don't remember the actual trip.
Thank you. I just
But
wanted to hear you say.
What I do is I maintain a general respect for everybody. Regardless, because you don't know how important the person is you're talking to.
Well, in that case, the person you're talking to is not particularly important. But
no, but what I'm saying is, I don't know when I'm going to run into him.
Right.
Or what that person actually does. He could be somebody that I need in the future to help me move to the next level. And if you don't show that courtesy and respect, I've had the same situation happen, and the president of Lionsgate was sitting across from me in the actual airplane, and I didn't know he was the president of Lionsgate till I got to that point when I'm meeting him. But I recognized him from I said, yo, did we ride on a plane from New York to Los Angeles? He said, yeah. And I remember because he got a head full of white hair. Like, his whole hair is like white. So he's one of those guys that you look
Just
at
recognize.
and go, how the fuck did that happen?
you know what I'm saying? You're either really old or somebody's scared the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the FCC and how hard it was to get videos and stuff done, and you were saying that there was all these problems that they were giving hip hop with content. How tired are you to have to explain? You understand, like, it's not your responsibility or my responsibility to raise people's family for them, and how frustrating is that as a performer?
I think that they'll ask in different positions. They'll ask the craziest questions. They'll try to place the weirdest responsibilities on entertainment. You know what I mean? Like the pro athlete, because their kids want to be those pro athletes and join them. They create dress codes.
Yeah.
Now you got to wear a suit. Period. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these guys come from environments that come from not having. So their tattoos read the same as mine. When they get on the court, you see things that reflect the same energy and the mentality that lives where I actually come from. But they got to wear a suit because it's mandatory now.
It's got to be ridiculous.
I know you had a problem with the billboard with the guns in your hand, I guess.
Yeah, when I was doing Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? There's standards that are completely acceptable in different art forms. Like if I mention 007,
Right.
what do you think of? The logo is the gun pointed at you.
Yeah.
If you think of Rambo, what is the highlight in that? What Terminator? All of these things, the gun is the star of the actual film.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so when you actually, those things are acceptable in film to utilize for marketing purposes. When you think of even what's the name? What at the time it was Angelina and Brad was in the same movie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
And they had the guns out at the same time, and then nobody had an issue with that. The problem is they look at me and says, "No, you don't understand. He fucking has that gun right now." You understand? Like,
You might. I mean, it's true.
We're certainly all wondering.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Spielberg went back and took the guns. They
out of
computer
E.T.
generated
Yeah,
E.T. and they
yeah.
put walkie-talkies in the agent's hands
that's,
so they wouldn't have guns.
enough
It's like
already.
A little silly.
How upset were you when McCain lost? Were you upset about that?
I wasn't.
You were upset about it.
Okay, I mean, but I'd like the low taxes to be low, but
Yeah, that's my big beef. I'm just like, I don't fall in that category of the people
What's
that
your
get
name,
the check
sweetheart?
back.
Heather, your name? David. Why y'all get the chance to sit way back there like that?
Well, they're just listeners.
Huh?
Opie invited us in to see you.
Oh, you just by saying?
They're listeners, and
Thanks
they were
for coming.
sitting outside.
We have people
No,
just
it's fine. I
stop
was
by.
just trying to figure out like why they had to be so far back over there.
We had bleachers outside with some.
Huh?
They make us sit back here.
Yeah.
We're not allowed up.
No, we get a live audience every
I
day.
never did that before. Like with that color hair, it grows that color everywhere.
Well, it was at one point, but now.
Oh, it's clean as a baby. I understand. I understand.
You prefer it like that? I prefer it like that. I prefer nothing there.
But I never saw that before. I was just saying.
Yeah, that's got to be,
no.
Well, we got to get them out of here.
Fiery red mane.
They all got their coats on outside.
Oh,
they're
the coats on?
panicking. Yeah, they want.
I enjoyed myself. This
Man.
definitely wasn't painful.
Very cool. Very cool meeting you, man.